Mama, please. I can't see anymore. Mama, where are you? Why is everything dark? What did they do to my face? Please, somebody help me. I just wanted to be beautiful. I just wanted to be perfect. By the time Chioma's parents found her in that Dubai hotel room, her face was wrapped in bloody bandages, her eyes swollen shut, and she was completely alone. The doctor had disappeared, the sponsor had blocked her number, and the perfect face she dreamed of had become her worst nightmare. Chioma was a 23-year-old graduate from Enugu State who had just finished her national youth service. She was respectful, intelligent, and loved by her family. But Chioma hated her face. When she looked in the mirror, all she saw were flaws. Her nose was too flat, her lips were too thin, her cheekbones weren't high enough. "You're beautiful just as God made you," her mother would say. "Mama, you have to say that because you're my mother," Chioma would reply sadly, "but the world doesn't see me that way." Every day, Chioma spent hours scrolling through Instagram and TikTok, watching beauty influencers with perfect faces. These women had sharp noses that looked sculpted, full lips that looked like they'd been drawn by artists, high cheekbones that caught the light perfectly, and defined jawlines that could cut glass. They got thousands of likes on every post. Companies sent them free products. Men showered them with gifts and attention. They lived in luxury apartments and traveled the world. Meanwhile, Chioma struggled to get even 50 likes on her photos. When she posted selfies, the comments were polite at best, nice, cool, or just emojis. Nobody called her stunning or gorgeous or breathtaking. "Why don't I look like them?" she would cry at night, scrolling through endless photos of perfect faces. "Why am I so plain? Why did God make me so ordinary?" She started saving photos of faces she admired, creating a folder on her phone labeled Goals. She would study these faces for hours, comparing every feature to her own and finding herself lacking in every way. Her friends tried to reassure her, "Chioma, you're pretty. Stop comparing yourself to Instagram." But their words felt hollow. They were just being nice, Chioma thought. They didn't understand what it felt like to be invisible in a world that worshipped beauty. One evening, while scrolling through Instagram stories, Chioma saw an advertisement from a clinic in Dubai called Perfect Face Aesthetics. The video showed before and after transformations that took her breath away. Ordinary Nigerian girls who looked just like her, transformed into absolute goddesses with perfect features. The caption read, "Don't let your face hold you back from your destiny. We offer complete facial transformation. Payment plans available. DM us today." Chioma's heart raced. This was her answer. She clicked on the page and read testimonials. "I got my nose done here and my life changed completely. I got modeling contracts and over 300K followers at Glam by Ada. Best decision ever. Now men can't stop staring at me at Luxury Income." Chioma sent a message. "Hello, I want to transform my face. How much?" The clinic replied immediately. "Hello, beautiful. A full face package is $12,000. We can connect you with sponsors who help girls like you. When can you start?" "Sponsors?" Chioma asked. "Yes, dear. Rich men who invest in beautiful women. They pay for your surgery and you keep them company. Very simple. Many girls do this." Chioma hesitated. Her mother's words echoed in her mind. "Never let a man pay your way. You will pay with something more valuable than money." But Chioma looked at her reflection and felt that familiar disgust. She was tired of being ordinary. "Okay," she typed. "Connect me." 2 days later, a man named Alhaji Musa contacted her. He was in his 60s, wealthy, with houses in Abuja and Dubai. "I'll pay for everything," he messaged. "Just spend time with me when I'm in Dubai. Look beautiful on my arm. You understand what I mean, yes?" Chioma understood exactly, but she convinced herself it was worth it. "When I have my perfect face, I won't need sponsors anymore," she told herself. "This is just temporary." But some prices are permanent even when the payment seems temporary. Alhaji Musa bought her a first-class ticket to Dubai and booked her a luxury hotel room. He transferred $3,000 for shopping before the surgery. Chioma told her parents she got a marketing job in Dubai. "Dubai?" her father asked suspiciously. "What kind of job?" "Papa, it's a good opportunity. I'll send money home." Her mother held her hands tightly. "Chioma, my daughter, are you sure? You're rushing. Stay home, find work here. Don't chase foreign dreams that might not be real." "Mama, I'm 23 years old. Trust me, I know what I'm doing." On the day she left, her mother hugged her extra tight. "Remember who you are," she whispered. "Remember your value is not in your face, it's in your character." "Yes, Mama," Chioma said, already dreaming of her transformation. As the plane took off, Chioma looked down at Nigeria disappearing below. "Goodbye, ordinary face," she whispered. "When I come back, I'll be perfect." But the pursuit of perfection was about to lead her to destruction. Perfect face aesthetics looked like a luxury spa. Everything was white marble and gold. Beautiful receptionists smiled with perfect teeth. Dr. Raj, the head surgeon, was a tall man with slicked back hair and expensive glasses. "Welcome. We'll make you absolutely stunning," he said, taking photos of her face from every angle. He showed her computer simulations of her new face. Chioma gasped. The woman on the screen was breathtaking. Sharp nose, full lips, high cheekbones, perfect jawline. "Is that really going to be me?" Chioma asked with tears in her eyes. "Absolutely. I've done thousands of these procedures. You're in the best hands." What Dr. Raj didn't mention was that he wasn't actually a certified plastic surgeon. He was a cosmetic dentist who had taken weekend courses in facial procedures. His clinic wasn't properly licensed. Many of his surgeries had gone wrong, but those patients were sent home quickly with non-disclosure agreements. But Chioma didn't know any of this. "When can we start?" she asked eagerly. "Tomorrow, but first sign these consent forms." The papers were thick with legal terms: potential complications, not responsible for adverse outcomes, voluntary assumption of risk. "What does this mean?" Chioma asked. "Standard protection, just saying surgery has risks, but you're young and healthy, nothing will go wrong." Chioma signed without reading carefully. That night, Alhaji Musa came to her hotel with champagne. "Tomorrow you become perfect, and then you'll be mine." Chioma spent the night with him, hating every moment, but telling herself it was worth the sacrifice. The next morning, nurses prepared Chioma for surgery, marking her face with surgical pens. Dr. Raj appeared in scrubs with a confident smile. "Ready to become beautiful?" "Yes," Chioma whispered, though fear gripped her heart. As the anesthesia took effect, her last thought was, "Mama was right, but it's too late now." The surgery was supposed to take 6 hours. It took 12. Dr. Raj encountered complications immediately. When reshaping her nose, he cut too deep, damaging blood vessels. The cheek implants he inserted were too large. The jaw contouring shaved too much bone on one side. The lip fillers went into the wrong tissue layer. By the time the surgery ended, Chioma's face was heavily bandaged, and Dr. Raj was sweating nervously. "She'll be fine," he told his nurses, though he wasn't sure. "Don't let her look in a mirror for at least 2 weeks." When Chioma woke, she was in agony. Her entire face felt like it was burning. She couldn't open her eyes properly. She couldn't speak with intense pain. "This is normal," the nurse said. "The pain will pass." But days went by and the pain only worsened. Alhaji Musa visited once, saw her bandaged face, and said he had urgent business back in Nigeria. "I'll check on you later," he promised. He never returned. He blocked her number and disappeared. On day 14, Dr. Raj said it was time to remove the bandages. "Remember, there will still be swelling. Don't panic." When the bandages came off, Chioma reached for a mirror. The scream that erupted from her mouth haunted the nurses for months. The face staring back was not the computer simulation. It wasn't even her old face. It was grotesque. Her nose was crooked and collapsing, with visible scars. Her cheeks were grotesquely swollen and uneven, one side bulging much larger than the other. Her lips were huge and lumpy. Her jawline was asymmetrical. Worst of all, her eyes couldn't fully close because the skin had been pulled too tight. "What did you do to me?" Chioma screamed. "What did you do?" Dr. Raj backed away. "It's just swelling. It will improve." "I look like a monster. Fix it now." "I can't, not yet. You need 6 months of healing before revision surgery." 6 months? I can't go home like this. My family, oh God, what have I done? Chioma collapsed, sobbing uncontrollably. The clinic kept her for another week, but nothing improved. Finally, Dr. Raj said she had to leave. "But I can't go out looking like this," Chioma begged. "Wear sunglasses and a mask," the nurse said coldly, "and sign this." She handed Chioma a non-disclosure agreement. It states you won't speak negatively about the clinic online. "And if I refuse? Then we can't help with revisions, and your $12,000 is non-refundable." Chioma signed. What choice did she have? Back at the hotel, Chioma locked herself in her room. She couldn't eat properly. She couldn't sleep because her eyes couldn't close. She couldn't stop crying. She tried calling Alhaji Musa. Blocked. She messaged the clinic for help. They demanded another $8,000 for revision surgery. Chioma was alone in a foreign country, disfigured, broke, and abandoned. For 2 weeks, she hid in that hotel room, avoiding all human contact. She wore large sunglasses when room service arrived, terrifying the staff who whispered about that sick Nigerian girl. Then the hotel informed her that her prepaid stay was ending. She had 3 days left. Chioma counted her money, $250 remaining, barely enough for a one-way ticket home. One night, unable to bear the pain and shame, Chioma called her mother. "Chioma, where have you been? We've been trying to reach you." Mama, I need help." "What's wrong? What happened?" "Mama, I lied. I'm not here for a job. I came for surgery, on my face, to make myself beautiful, but something went terribly wrong. I can't come home. I can't let you see me like this." Her mother's scream pierced Chioma's heart. "What surgery? What have you done?"
"I'm sorry, Mama. I just wanted to be beautiful. I wanted to be special." "You were already beautiful. You were already special." Her father got on the phone. "Chioma, tell us where you are. We're coming, right now." "Papa, you don't have money." "I don't care. You are my daughter. Tell us where you are." Chioma's parents sold their car, borrowed from relatives, and took a church loan. 3 days later, Mr. and Mrs. Okonkwo arrived in Dubai. When Chioma opened her hotel room door, her mother collapsed. "Jesus Christ, what have they done to my child?" Chioma's face was grotesquely swollen and disfigured. Her eyes couldn't close. Her nose was crooked. Her cheeks were uneven. Her lips were lumpy and infected. Mr. Okonkwo, who had never cried in front of his children, broke down weeping. "My daughter, who did this to you?" They held her while she confessed everything. The Instagram clinic, the sponsor, the lies. "I just wanted to be pretty, Papa," Chioma sobbed. "We noticed you," her mother cried. "You were always perfect to us." They took Chioma to hospitals in Dubai. All the doctors said the same thing. The surgery was catastrophically botched. Repair would require multiple procedures costing over $40,000. The Okonkwo's didn't have that money. "We'll find a way," Mr. Okonkwo promised, "even if I sell our house." The flight home was a nightmare. Even with sunglasses and a mask, people stared. Children pointed. Flight attendants whispered. When they landed in Enugu, neighbors who had celebrated Chioma's Dubai job now whispered about the girl who came back looking like a monster. For months, Chioma lived in agony. Her parents took her to specialists in Lagos and Abuja. Some attempted minor repairs, but the damage was too severe. The doctors explained that Dr. Raj had made fundamental errors, cutting through important facial nerves, damaging blood vessels, and creating scar tissue that made further surgery extremely risky. One surgeon in Lagos was brutally honest. "Whoever did this to you was not a qualified plastic surgeon. This looks like the work of someone who learned from YouTube videos. I can try to make small improvements, but I cannot give you back your original face. That's gone forever." Those words hit Chioma like a physical blow. Her original face was gone forever. Her nose remained crooked, with a visible indent on one side where too much cartilage had been removed. Her cheeks stayed uneven, the right side perpetually swollen, the left side sunken where the implant had been placed incorrectly. Her lips, though slightly reduced through drainage procedures, were still lumpy with scar tissue. Her eyes still couldn't fully close, requiring special eye drops every few hours to prevent her corneas from drying out and causing permanent blindness. But worse than the physical pain was the emotional trauma. When Chioma tried to go to church, children would see her face and scream, hiding behind their mothers. The mothers would pull their children close and stare at Chioma with a mixture of pity and horror. People whispered wherever she went. At the market, vendors would stop mid-sentence when they saw her approach. Some would make the sign of the cross. Others would look away quickly, as if her disfigurement might be contagious. Job interviews became exercises of humiliation. She would walk in with her mask on, and the interviewers would be polite and professional. But the moment she removed the mask, as she had to for identification purposes, their expressions would change. The interview would be cut short. "We'll call you," they would say. But they never did. Her old friends from university slowly disappeared from her life. At first, they visited, full of sympathy and shock, but their visits became less frequent, then stopped altogether. The truth was, Chioma's disfigured face made them uncomfortable. It reminded them that beauty was fragile, that their own cosmetic procedures, the small nose jobs, the lip fillers, the Botox, could go just as wrong. Chioma spent most days locked in her room, crying and regretting. Her younger sisters would knock on her door, begging her to come out and eat with the family. But Chioma couldn't bear to see the pain in her parents' eyes every time they looked at her. "I had a normal face. It wasn't perfect, but it was mine. And I destroyed it because strangers on the internet told me I wasn't enough." 1 year later, Chioma received a message from @Glam by Ada, whose testimony she'd read. "Hey sis, I saw you mentioned perfect face aesthetics. Please be careful. They ruined my face too. My testimony was fake. They paid me to write it. I'm so sorry I didn't warn others sooner." Chioma felt sick. The testimonials were lies. The photos were fake. Everything was a scam. She searched online and found dozens of victims, girls from across Africa lured to Dubai, all disfigured, all abandoned. Some had died from infections, some had committed suicide. 2 years after her surgery, Chioma's father gathered the family. "We've spent over 12 million naira trying to fix this," he said sadly. "More surgery is possible, but we have no money left." He looked at Chioma with tears. "I'm sorry we can't restore your face." No, Papa, I'm sorry. You warned me, but I didn't listen. I thought beauty mattered more than wisdom. She turned to her younger sisters. Promise me you'll never do this. Promise me you'll love yourselves as God made you. Promise me you'll never believe social media lies. Her sisters nodded, crying. Chioma started a blog called The Face I Lost. She posted her story with photos, not from ordinary to perfect, but from normal to disfigured. Her story went viral. News stations interviewed her. She spoke at schools and churches, warning girls about cosmetic surgery tourism and social media lies. I wanted to change my face to change my life, Chioma would say, but all I did was destroy both. 3 years later, Perfect Face Aesthetics was shut down after 12 patients died. Dr. Raj fled and was wanted in 4 countries. But the Instagram page remained, still showing fake photos, still luring girls. Today, Chioma lives in Enugu. She's given up on complete reconstruction, no money, and doctors say it's too risky. She wears her disfigured face as a living testimony, a warning. I don't see a monster anymore, she says. I see a survivor, a teacher, someone who paid the ultimate price to learn that I was always enough. When young girls message Chioma asking about surgery, she tells them, "Your face is not your value. Social media is a lie. No man is worth disfiguring yourself. Some damage is permanent. True beauty comes from within." If Chioma could go back, she would tell herself, "You were already beautiful. The face God gave you was the right face. Don't destroy it chasing lies." Because, in the end, the perfect face she wanted destroyed the real face she had. And that is a loss no surgery can ever repair.